Shut up. What's up, everybody?
Funny thing was, I was going to say something.
Yeah, you're
stupid.
just like...
I just didn't know what to
I
say.
was like, whoa.
Whoa. He's being mean. No, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Here at the Just Health Podcast, we have a lot of fun at what we do, and we're very grateful for the 1, 2, 3 viewers that watch our stuff. Even if it's our closest friends, we really do appreciate y'all in every way we do.
Did you see somebody commented because they saw about the...
Yes, and I commented on it.
I didn't see that yet.
Yeah, so I was taking a shit after work, and I saw it. I was like, oh. Yeah, and they said that how to replace fucking sour cream. Yeah, and I was like, okay, I can understand that. The mayo's still wrong, but I agree. And then I said, Joe, you're still fucking wrong.
Fuck you.
Sorry, ketchup does not go on tamales. And if you don't know what the fuck we're talking about, make sure to check out last week's episode. Mrs. Guru is getting way more creative, and it's becoming way more entertaining to the point where she has fun, and I'm glad about it. Yes. Just had to recently gut my computer, so that was a whole escapade on that. But so, anyways, I'm your host, John. With me, I got Joe, the Buddha
the Great,
and then we got Alex, aka Mrs. Krabs. And so I just like to do these introductions and the beginning of our podcast just as of now, since we're still small and we don't have a lot of visual presence yet. But once we start growing, it's going to be just a normal thing between us. And hopefully with the new equipment that I was able to acquire for the team here, hopefully that can get us closer to doing guests. So on the checklist for Joe and Alex on the technology side that they still need to get done is get another computer, which is the RG Ally. They're about $300-$400. It's not too bad, honestly, because brand new, they're about $700 base plus tax. So really good computers. I use it all the time. Fantastic investment. 2, I know there was something else. Internet. Obviously, if we're gonna move this to a virtual spot, we need to have better internet.
Yeah.
So that also goes for me because I want to continue get back to streaming, and I'm just gonna have to take my professional tools from work and go home and see and test out some lines to kind of come up with a home rig of internet, because it's just a bad situation at this moment in time. But anyways, guys, thank you for joining us. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about something. I know it's always Pokemon related, but this one is Pokemon related, but I have to be very cautious on how I word it because I don't want to catch a case. But I'm very interested in seeing how many people can relate to this, if y'all have heard any stories on these. But yeah, and then I have 2 stories that I found rather funny. So anyways, I think Joe even has a screenshot of...
I couldn't find it, but I can remember the story. That was pretty fun.
So it's going to be a freight base, yeah. So those are going to be the topics of today. More Pokemon, just because right now it's very hot. And give me a second. Something's bothering me on the camera. There we go. It's very hot, and it's a topic for almost everybody, even if you're not a fan of Pokemon. And then these 2 stories that I have is just... I thought they were hilarious, and one has to do with alcohol. So, yeah, so because we got the 2 drunks here. But anyways, you drink. I don't at all anymore because I had this conversation not too long ago. It was funny. I was like, you know what? I think I found the reason why I stopped drinking. They're like, why? I was like, it's expensive. And I was like, I use that money in something else. So I was like, something has to go. Because I used, back in my early 20s, even late teens, I used to smoke cigarettes. And I was like, this is expensive. I don't want to do this. I didn't have a problem quitting. And then
and then the cigarettes that we did get, they were fucking low tier cigarettes.
Yeah, well, then I grew into Camel Crush.
Yeah.
Oh, those are expensive.
Yeah, they're very expensive. I think they're like $8, $9 a pop now. Yeah. I'm just like, I quit when I was 7. And I used to smoke, but I never got addicted. I think my argument is always it's addictive personality over addiction itself. But I do understand nicotine is very addictive chemical. Right. But yeah, bless you. But anyways, so before we get into all those conversations, all those topics, and all those things I want to talk about, we have Alex's poll of the week. Yeah, this is where Mrs. Guru made fun of you and put the loading screen on you because you're just like, I was trying to think of something, but it doesn't come out. And she was like,
that shit was awesome. That shit was hilarious.
I was prepared this time.
A.
Okay. Permanently smell like hot dogs or sweat maple syrup and attract bees?
I'm going to smell like hot dogs permanently.
35% said hot dogs. 70% said bees.
How many?
70% said bees.
God damn.
I had a lot of people with the.
I was one of them.
Wow.
Okay.
Sell me out. It's cool.
So I wrote yours down.
Thank God.
Giovanni, I wrote yours down and I half-assed our conversation.
Hell yeah.
So she said,
Mrs. Guru, right?
Yes,
Okay.
Mrs. Guru said, corn dogs are nasty. I'd rather stay indoors whole life.
Corn dogs or hot dogs?
My whole life and smell like honey. Me. Hot dogs, though. There it goes to answer your question. She said, both smell the same and they are equally nasty. So I told her, now I know to never offer you both.
No.
And she hearted it.
Yeah. So she actually likes hot dogs, but generalized hot dogs, she hates them because they smell disgusting. They're not appetizing. She's like, they always just give you a wiener and bread, and that sucks. I want it Mexican style with pico de gallo, and I'm like, all right, fancy.
With the bacon and stuff?
Well, she can't. It's pork.
All pork.
Yeah, so she has to have turkey hot dogs or something that's not pork.
Beef,
Okay,
all
chicken.
beef hot dogs.
So there is a spot, if you're in the Houston area, if you've never been there, I will say that there is a badass hot dog place, but
Where?
it's in Magnolia, close to the ward, so be very careful. It's in the industrial area, but it's called Moon Tower. If you've never been there, they have the most beer on tap in Houston. And it's an open spot. It's very hipstery, but they have hot dogs that are made from lamb or buffalo and shit like that. So it's not they're very fancy. It's very nice. I had a chocolate beer for the first time there. It was pretty good. So yeah, it wasn't the greatest thing, but it was cool to could try. I'm not a big Ale person, but it was cool
to
it was
experiment.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, if you're in the Houston area, go check out Moon Tower. Fantastic place. Little sketchy, but good food.
A little sketchy. Okay.
Not sponsored by Moon Tower.
You said, sweet honey, LOL. I'm already a diabetic. Same shit. Daphne said, bees, bee emoji, are healing vibes, yoga emoji. My mom said, I can swat the bees away. She's already being violent.
That sounds like your mom's answer, though.
But then again, I can see her already. She's going to be running away, screaming her problems. I know. I'm going to be freaking not even trying to swat away. I'm going to be screaming.
Oh, 100%.
My sister Cheyenne said, you never said I had to get stung. You just said I would just attract bees, which is true. I didn't say they're aggressive bees.
Naturally, bees aren't aggressive creatures.
Mm-hmm.
You have to piss them off to make
Right.
them aggressive. Because they also know that if they sting you, they're going to die.
Yeah.
So they're like, I'd rather not.
Yeah, I will actually fuck with bees. Like if there's a bee in the room, I like to watch other people freak out, and then I'll go and I'll be like, here you go. I'll grab it and fucking take it outside or some shit.
I used to be scared,
Pussy.
but
I still am scared.
I stepped on a bee.
You know, and knocking on the dresser this time.
Real wood.
I still haven't been stung ever.
Really? I have a couple times.
I
But
don't ever want to think about it.
It's not that bad. We actually had a fucking one time we went and picked up a tree trunk that was cut down by the city, and we dragged it from like a couple streets down to the house with a chain on the truck. We didn't know there was bees inside. So we go and we take it there. We take it to the house, and we're gonna start chopping it up for firewood. And then we see that there's bees inside. And then my uncle's like, he cuts the fucking tree open, and then they just they're everywhere. And I know not to panic. I've just seen too many videos where people panic and then they just fucking get fucked. So I stood still, and then the next thing you know, my uncle was like, hey, Jojo, catch this. He throws a fucking piece of the honeycomb, hits me in the chest. We're all there throwing honeycomb pieces at each other. And just shoot. Nobody got stung, miraculously. Nobody got stung. But we were there and just throwing pieces of the honeycomb at each other. And I also think it's probably because the bees were dying, because there was a few of them that were already dead in the trunk.
So there might have been a sickness to them.
Yeah. But like
They had a parasite.
I think maybe whoever cut the tree down sprayed them with something.
Maybe
They're
like to
dying.
dumb them.
Because after we had seen that there was bees in there, we're like, let's get some fucking honey. So I think that's probably... Oh, that's why my uncle was cutting it open, because we saw After we noticed there was bees in there, she's like, well, let's get some fucking honey.
Winnie the Pooh looking at her.
There was no honey.
I bet.
Oh.
It was
bet,
all
yeah.
dried out and everything like that. And
Yeah, so
it
something was sprayed.
gross.
Yeah.
It was gross. But like, yeah, we were there and all of us were just covered in bees. Like, not like bad, but like they were on us.
Right.
So that was probably a pretty fun one on us.
Whoa.
You could ask Steel Chris about that one
That
if you don't
sounds
believe
scary.
me.
Yeah, I would have been freaking out.
Oh man, I don't know how my anxiety would handle that.
That's why I would have probably lost my cool and just like.
Yeah. Yeah. There it was me, Nick, Theo, Chris, and I want to say Boyle. I
don't know
Boyle
why I
was
thought
there.
you were gonna say puto. I was like,
Oh.
who the hell is that?
Oh man, go ahead.
Okay. Next one. Would you let your past Google search history be made public for $1 million?
If anybody wants to see fucking big titty squirted nations, go for it.
I definitely said no.
That's probably about the
Since
dirtiest
I
I'm
said
shit
no.
in
since
there.
I'm Mrs. Krabs, I'm all about money. I love my money polls. I love to find out who's greedy.
I would do almost anything except that. Not because my perversion doesn't matter to me. That I could give two shits about.
That's what I said. I don't give a fuck.
I'm-
You're gonna see some.
Without outing myself, I'm technology advanced.
Mm-hmm.
There's some things I know how to do that shouldn't be known. That could definitely get me in trouble.
True.
So, no.
Yeah. Like fucking alone, just jailbreaking those iPhones could have fucking got you some fucking serious trouble.
Oh my God, no! Don't say that.
I mean,
yeah.
yeah,
Well, I
but
mean-
this was back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying about me with my search history. I said yes.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, but I don't want to say what I do.
You don't have to out yourself, but just, like my porno, we
fuck-
could
fuck
talk about
porn.
it. Like I don't care.
Yeah.
Like that,
I don't care about that.
I thought that was probably like the worst part. And I was like, yeah.
I mean,
go
that's
for
where
it.
my mind went first. I was like, at first I was like, I don't care, and then I started thinking, I was like, wait,
Maybe
I have certain skills I shouldn't promote.
maybe 15, 20 years ago, maybe porn would be like, oh,
The worst thing.
Yeah.
What do you know? The fucking manifesto or something like
No, because people didn't.
Monte
think-
Cristo
Page 42 with fucking
No,
the hub. Fucking
No, people because
specifically.
people didn't think about incognito or put in dark mode.
That shit don't matter.
Yeah, it's still collected.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm fucked.
That's just how you don't have to
Well, I
fucking
don't
live with the guilt of seeing your fucking search history all dirtied up. But other than that, everyone
Yeah,
else
because the
can see
ISP knows.
Well, I don't care regardless.
Yeah, like,
I ain't
I-
looking up nothing bad.
So, like, if it
I
wasn't
only
for
have my one thing that I'm kind
my
of sketchy about.
skill set, I would have been, yeah, sure, we could fucking even have an open conversation about it. But because of my skill set, no, I could not risk $1 million. It'd probably be a really high number for me to even suggest that you learn what I've learned.
I only have one person. And I only have one person.
Yeah, everybody saw that one like, no.
No, what was the percentages?
Oh, yeah. What was it?
80% said yes. 20% said no.
Most people was just think of porn.
Charging, pause, will resume.
Oh, yeah, because the thing might got hot.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's just cool.
But it's still recording, right? Yeah, it should
See.
be fine.
Mrs. Guru sued. Yeah. Just be ready for all the stupid shit I Google. Laughing emoji.
Well, to be fair, she does Google some dumb shit, and I love it. And I only say that because she sees mine, and she knows I'm fucking retarded too. So, not retarded, but you bleep that out. But I'm fucking dumb. But
How many times we've done dropped it already?
that's fair. But it's
Mine's
in
a lot of wrestling stuff and a lot of
That's the thing, man. I'm like, people, as a devoted Catholic, one of the biggest sins is lust, and I know that's one of the things that most people have trouble with because, I mean, we're human. We have needs that need to be met. And I was single for almost a decade.
You're not gonna find a midget and duct tape and rope anywhere else.
Well, unless you're in Pasadena, Texas, you might.
You're right.
just like that ad that's telling you.
Well, that's not. They're not
But-
really midgets. Those are just Hispanics that are no more than 5 feet.
Some people just got offended.
I'm almost there. I'm barely 7 fucking inches over 5 feet.
To be honest, I was skeptical with Joe when it said like 5. What'd you say? 5'10"?
I didn't say 5'10".
Five-
Fuck no, I didn't
five-
say 5'10".
five-
Jonathan looked at me like 5'10".
I was like, dude, bro.
5'9",
5'10" wide, maybe.
5'8".
That's what I would have said. I'm
I think I
I'm
said
six.
5'8".
I'm 6 foot wide.
I was
I
skeptical.
think I
about,
said 5'8", but I am 5'7".
I'm 5'7".
See 5.
I always lie about an inch
Because I
on everything.
was like, I'm 5'5", and I'm used to tall dudes.
Yeah, you have dated some tall guys.
So I'm just like, I don't know if I'm gonna want somebody my height or shorter. But then again, a lot of people say the short.
Don't
kings.
worry. I hit just as hard.
The short. The short kings.
I can do an oversing.
The short kings are the ones that are, or the ones that are slightly above. I mean, yeah, we get it there. I get it there.
Yeah. I get it done. Some of you still bitches are still single.
Who are watching off limits, ho?
But yeah, so that's interesting. I think it's because I think that one was way more skewed into 80%.
It was the zero fear.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You throwing
Zero
up gang
fear.
signs?
No.
Oh my god.
Zero miedo.
Oh, okay. But I think it's more heavily on the sure whatever because it is probably just as simple as porn. It's like, okay. Yeah, just like, okay. So those 20% I belong to because I couldn't do it for $1 million. Make it a solid $5 billion. Let's talk. But
You know, I'm surprised you didn't write down my my response to that, to the bees and the hot dog question.
Oh.
he seems offended.
I was.
I'm so sorry because, you know,
Well-
your answers are always obscure regardless.
Obscured. I answered that motherfucker outright.
Well, your
Outright.
your answer's always off the wall regardless. Okay, anyways. Fuck it. Hot dogs. I sweat too much to be sticky all the motherfucking time. Hell nah.
Fair enough. I just
Yeah.
can't stand hot dog smell.
Oh, I can't either.
I can't
But
stand when it touches
I
me.
sweat profusely.
Same.
I sweat so much.
But
and
my
to
sweat's
be-
already full of sugar.
Yeah, but like to be constantly, but not that fucking. You don't.
I'm
fucking,
always sticky.
That's hot. But
Guys,
we have
here.
we forget Alex is here sometimes.
guys.
So?
You can watch.
Oh. You can watch. Mrs. Guru, we're going to have to cut here. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
My cup hit my teeth. I was like, whoa.
Oh.
I don't forget what I was saying.
You're saying because hot dogs smell and you don't want to be sticky and you sweat a lot.
Yeah, I fucking sweat way too fucking much, man. Like the hot dog, yeah, you can just wipe it away. You're gonna smell like fucking hot dogs so fucking well. I run a hot dog stand. You want one?
Oh.
Pull your cock out.
I didn't want the mini dogs.
Shit.
Dude, I love those as an elementary kid.
I don't want the pig in a blanket.
Ooh. Pig.
It's a turtleneck.
It's turtlenecking right now. It's in full show.
Well, I mean, a pig in a blanket is pretty fat.
I'm at half mast.
And then when it's,
So you just want a fat chode.
I mean,
You say what happened?
You already got it.
anyways, skip.
On to the next.
Okay.
Right.
So, back to on topic. I'm sorry we got a little distracted.
Right.
But, so, going back into Poke robbing. Okay.
Dun,
So,
dun, dun.
obviously, things are happening more and more, and things are getting crazier. Fun fact. So, on the positive note on Pokemon, before we get into the negatives, because I do believe in the positivity always, is that luckily with the help of the subscription I'm paying, I was able to get a SKU number, and I was able to score all that prismatic at retail, which
Hell
was.
yeah.
But they did limit me to only one of the ETBs, 2 of the binders, and then 2 of the sticker sets.
Fuck yeah.
So I hit up Eli. I'm like, hey, man, I'm taking my lunch to go to Best Buy. I need your body. He's all like, yeah, all right, whatever you need. I was like, you're too accepting of that. So I explained. He's like, yeah,
I'm
I
ready
got
to
you.
be used.
So I went in first, paid, and then came out. And I gave him my card, and he paid. Yeah, so I walked out. Miss Guru, if you can put a picture one here of what I picked up. Very excited. Put those motherfuckers to sealed. Don't want to touch because the pull rates are so fucking horrible. You don't want to do that. I might open one of the binders because Mrs. Guru's favorite number's 3. So, and I have 4 binders in my collection. She's like, I want to open one of them. I was like, okay, sure, whatever. Let's do that. So, so that was exciting. Today they had a drop of prismatic bundles.
I saw that.
I scored 2 of those mofos.
Nice.
So
Oop.
MSRP is so good.
Yeah, I saw another post about that it was successful. That they were able to stop a lot of bots.
Yes. So they're getting better at combating bots. So I will get Pokemon that. They're still, I think there's still improvements that need to be done, but I think they're doing great. Okay, so on the negativity side, here we go. So again, I'm going to put this disclaimer, take everything at the grain of salt. We don't advocate or try to discriminate or try to
I discriminate.
No, stop it. And what is it? When defamate anybody. It's just things that you can personally look up, people that have been reporting these things, and even bigger YouTube channels and Reddit posts have been documenting these acts. And I'm going to be very vague in how I word these things, and I'm going to need y'all's participation to make the connection of what I'm trying to tell y'all. Yes? Okay. So there have been, I don't know if you've been seeing it more and more on Facebook, but even on Reddit pages, more and more LGSs are being broken into.
Yeah.
So like this one happened to, and again, I'm going to blur out the name. I'm not going to show it, but they're breaking down doors and specifically reported just Pokemon being stolen.
Damn.
Just Pokemon. Everything else is fine, which is crazy because Pokemon, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, they all have value, but they specifically wanted Pokemon. So, and in the post it says, sad to say, games was broken into this morning at this time. It looks like only Pokemon was targeted. The good news is that we will still be open for business except for Pokemon related things until we can catalog what's missing, which makes sense because you need to put in that police report, all that kind of stuff. Thank you guys for the love and support. Local card shops, please be safe. Again, if they have an issue with me reporting this, please let me know. I'll let your name out if that's the case, whatever the case. But it's getting crazier that, for one, that these LGSs, even if it was, and if you don't know what LGS is, it's a local game store. I would be investing into, especially if I had a brick and mortar like that, like a storefront, I would get those steel shutters. I don't care how expensive that is. It's an investment. I need to protect my shit. So I hope these places learn that to put it in defense because people are fucking nuts.
Yep.
But there's an ongoing theory, and this is where I'm going to need you as the viewer and you as my host to really piece in what I'm saying. So Pokemon has always had an issue, regardless of the times, about having high rises and lows about their sales and popularity. Pokemon's always popular, but there's hot streaks and then it cools off or whatever. So, but in Japan, a certain organization has always been known to use Pokemon for the laundering of money.
Oh, shit, really?
Wow.
Because people are lying to themselves if they're saying this is a cards game, a kid's card game. It's not. And it's for all ages. And obviously, there is things to invest in. As y'all guys are seeing that some investments are kind of... There's rise and falls in these things, right? So... now they're starting to track that certain organizations here are doing the same. And that's why there's a shortage. Not because of scalpers, but because of these organizations. There has been proof, supposedly, that there's big organizations here in the United States have been in cohorts with certain people to buy all the demand. And that's why there's shortages, because they don't want to say no to these organizations. Yes? So it's not necessarily Pokemon's fault. It's not necessarily, I hate scalpers, but not their complete fault. It's kind of the Underworld's fault.
Yeah.
So these organizations are doing what they do overseas. So, and more people are reporting on that because more things are being leaked by certain people that have an in-nose thing, which I find fucking insane. Because this part I'm going to be very blunt with. It's very well documented that crime organizations like to use fine art for that same reason, to help launder the money. And if you don't know what laundering is, it's essentially getting dirty money into the system and get something out of it so they'll have clean money. So it's in the system so they can be tracked. It's a very interesting process. Definitely look into it. I'm not trying to advocate for it, but just for future business owners, if you got to be careful with these things. You don't know who you're buying from, so you got to kind of vet people. So, anyways, but yeah. So apparently they're doing the same thing they do with fine art with Pokemon here. That's why the shortage is even worse. It's pretty nuts. Again, grain of salt. Do your own research. Watch other videos that have more information or are willing to share more information. I'm not trying to defame anybody. I'm not trying to say anything, but I'm just saying just be careful. But it's kind of crazy that me personally and a few friends of mine and a few big Poke YouTubers were saying that there might be a cool off after Black and White. But if what was stated prior is true, it might be even longer because everything's going to still keep on being bought out. And what drives prices up is scarcity. So if you can't have it, no one's going to have it. So like, and this is what I was talking about. And I'm not talking about as a Pokemon investor. This is the only thing I would say. I would pick up Shrouded Fable. And the only reason why I say this is because one of the most well-known Sun and Moon sets that sucked and bombed was Dragon's Majesty. The only fucking money card in there was, I think, oh my God, why am I blanking? It's a gold rare. Can't remember. It's just a gold rare. That's all it is. You know how much that ETB goes for?
Stupid money.
800. For real?
Damn.
$800. And that was a really, really crappy fucking set. Really crappy.
If there's only one hit, of course.
There's other rainbow cards and gold cards, but no one cares about them. There's just one hit that people want, and that's it. So they just end up buying the fucking the card.
What set is it?
Dragon's Majesty.
Yeah,
I'm interested now because
isn't that like 2012?
everybody has different
like
interests of what kind of cards they're looking for.
Right. So I'm still a big believer in rainbow cards, so I'm still collecting.
Yeah, I remember you said that in the video. They're pretty.
I love them.
I love them.
I love them. I'm a big fan of them. People hate them. I'm like, okay, whatever. They're called hyper rares. But and it doesn't look like it's going to be.
Is that lower percentage?
What?
Since you said hyper rare?
Well, yeah, gold rares are essentially like illustration arts that we have today. They're the same kind of probability. You'll probably get one out of maybe 2 to 3 boxes. So, so if you go into Dex, Dragon's Majesty is pretty old. It's like, I think it's 2016. Oh no. But if what it looks like with Shrouded Fable, again, take my advice as a grain of salt. Shrouded Fable is very hated right now and more than likely not going to be reprinted. That means whatever's out there is out there. That's it. That's done. And so what people fail to realize is that when people want something they can't have, it's not printed anymore. Boom. So I'm kind of glad of my 3 cases.
That Blaine.
Nice.
What?
There's a Blaine in here that's nice.
Yeah, and that's a trainer. That's what I'm talking about. So it's like,
to be honest,
you want the Pokemon.
I see the hits or just not.
What's the number 1 hit? I know it's a gold rare. I know that for a fact.
Ultra Necrozma.
Necrozma. That's what it was.
Necrozma.
Necrozma. Yep. If you want to put that picture here, baby, it's the gold rare Necrozma.
It's only a $75 card.
Look how much the box is.
Yeah, I believe you.
All these cards are, man.
And people still today buy it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So even if you hate Shrouded Fable, don't open it. Just buy it, store it away.
I like that Persian in it, though.
That's why people are saying it's going to be better. Because they're going to stop printing it. Persian, Houndoom, Casatopia is in there. Fantastic cards.
Yeah.
The Blaine.
Did I tell you some kid that bought
Badass.
the last few packs of Shrouded Fable I had, fucking pulled the Persian out of it?
Yeah, and you're trying to get it off.
Well, because he looked it up and
BSing.
He looked it up on TCG Player and he found the English version.
Oh, the price dropped a little bit, but still imagine paying this for that kind of lineup.
Oh no!
So this is the price you'd pay for that, and it has
that
one fucking hit, and it's just Necrozma.
At that point, it's in the collection just for the collection.
And people still buy it.
It's crazy.
I mean, I understand for Pikachu and stuff, or like starters people want to like collect, but just this, there's hardly anything.
Yeah,
the set's so small. If you're gonna master set
it's probably one of the easiest. Well, not anymore, but yeah,
it's the most expensive.
But at the time.
Yeah.
And this is the time when Pokemon was very cold. You can find a shit ton of these boxes on Target, Walmart, falling off the shelves. They even had. I remember telling Mrs. Guru that I remember seeing Sun and Moon tag team in bins or discount bins because no one would buy shit. No one would buy it. And this was 2018, 2019.
And now tag team is like some of the most expensive fucking packs you can get.
Imagine walking into Target, buying 6 of those fuckers, one check. Next check. Buy another 6.
The school packs are fucking expensive.
Everything's expensive.
Man, dude.
You see how expensive the fucking fun packs are? You don't even get shit in them.
Yeah.
Are they not putting single packs in binders anymore?
They're getting stolen.
But the ones behind the register, even dirty at our dollar store, Dollar General, they had no packs.
Yeah, that's what. So who was it? Saturday. Since we didn't hang out, me and Ivani went Pokemon hunting, and I went to a Target. I found 4 of those fucking binders. All the packs were missing. I was just like, bro, fucking assholes. And it was fucked up as I saw the fucking carts scattered around Target. I was like, you stupid fuckers. And I was like, man. And then out of blue, which is crazy, Ivani, babe, if you want to put the pool we got. So out of nowhere, Mrs. Guru looks around. She's like, oh. And she pulls out a pack of Surging Sparks. Out of just the randomest fucking cube little display. I was like, what the fuck?
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
And I was able to pull the Alolan Drugtio fucking special art where it's like the wind's blowing in the air. I was
Nice,
like,
pretty.
Yeah, I was like so hyped. I was like, bro,
Fuck
Trio.
yeah, I was there waiting for you.
Yeah, so it was just random. She was just
Yeah.
like, oh. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, bro, we were happy. But yeah, so that was the negative side of Pokemon as of right now. That the speculation is that certain things are happening in the shadows, and if that is true, it's probably going to get a lot worse before it gets a lot better. Which is fucking crazy because have you seen how much Paldea Evolved booster boxes is going for now?
Yeah, what the fuck was that about?
I told you.
Why did it jump like
I
that?
told you. Do you know how much it's going for?
No,
It's about $300 now.
I wasn't even gonna say that. I was gonna at least say.
And it was sitting around like
100.
200, 220. I barely saw any at 230, and then now just.
It's more expensive than Surging Sparks.
Yeah.
I fucking knew it. I was like, I knew it. It has so many hits. It has the fucking magic cover. I was like, there's no way in hell I'm not going to open this fucking box. I'm so glad. So literally, just in those 2 boxes, I have $600 in my closet.
Damn.
So I was just like,
Nice.
whoop, whoop. Yeah. And I was able to pick up that Surging Sparks off of Amazon for $180.
Hell yeah. I saw Surging Sparks dropping a little bit too.
Yeah, because of the reprints are right now.
Yeah.
So people, but the reprints are happening right now. Can you still buy it?
No, but
So-
I'm waiting.
So people, what I would suggest, if by the viewing of this video, pick up a Surging Sparks. If I would say, I might be picking to give some up at 210, 220, before they go back right up because I think they're gonna.
I've seen a few sitting around 225.
Yep, I'll be picking those up absolutely. So
I thought about that.
yeah, Paldea Evolved. I'm so fucking glad. I'm so glad I was right. And base set is starting to climb up there. So I mean, Pokemon investing is a thing. But it's just when you're probably thinking, oh, you're just talking about like these things happening, blah blah. No. This is just prices now starting to balance out, and I knew that's why when I picked those up. I was able to get those fucking booster boxes for $200 a piece, and I cased those motherfuckers, and now they're just sitting on display. What happened? You good?
The fucking Raichu in the Paldea Evolved set.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Sleeping
47.
Raichu.
Yeah, the one floating. Yeah.
I need
How much is it now?
47.
Yep.
I need it. I'd rather just buy it.
But yeah, at this point, buy it out straight because there's no way. And like, I mean, y'all can buy a booster box, but I wouldn't. Oh, honestly, I still would.
What not it?
I still
What
would.
not it?
But
I just, man, I've been dying to open something.
yeah.
Yo, I was watching Whatnot again, and there was a Paldea Evolved booster box, and I was thinking about it, and I didn't do it. And like 2 spins later, it went for like $15.
You got to send me those things, man, because I'd be down to bet some fucking money.
I'll be scared.
Fuck, bro.
Because like that's how I got that fucking my first prismatic. My first prismatic ever was from fucking Whatnot, and I spent what $20?
Yeah, it was like 25.
Yeah.
Or something
I was
like
like,
that. That was fucking
ooh.
awesome.
Booster box?
No,
No,
the
booster bundle.
Booster bundle?
Yeah.
It's in a
He,
little.
he pretty much paid MSRP
and
for a
it's,
booster
that's
bundle.
in a little.
The $6
thingy.
the $6 one.
Yeah.
The
And
little
it's in a
six-pack.
little plastic
Yeah.
thingy.
Unfortunately, I was not able to score the SPC, and I'm fucking upset.
Fuck, bro.
Yeah.
I saw people were camping
Days.
2 days before.
Days.
It fucking.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm not.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
They started
Yeah.
camping by like Tuesday.
Yeah. It was dropping fucking Thursday, and they were camping out starting Tuesday night.
I saw some videos of people,
People fighting and shit. Yep.
Yeah, with some old.
And this
white
is
guy.
where the theory comes in. There's more aggressive people out there who are more aggressive than these organizations. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Don't ask me questions that'll get me in trouble.
Yeah, so it's just one of those
Yeah,
things.
that's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's just pretty fucking interesting. Do you want to do your paraphrase before I get into my two stories?
So,
Anyways, guys, stay safe out there. Make sure don't put your life at risk. This ain't worth your life. But be a smart shopper. Grow. As we are when we ask people on like Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that. So, but if you want to buy from me, make sure to if you hit me up on the Houston area, you can always buy from stuff. So, first of all, someone was bitching at me.
why?
It was crazy. So, I understand the argument. I get it, 100%. So I officially posted that my heat wave is going for $90.
Yeah.
Right. So someone hits me up. Hey, on eBay these are going 77. Can you meet? I was like, no. I was like, on other platforms they're at like 130. And he's like, well, I'm talking about eBay. I was like, well, I'm talking about the other platforms. I was like, I mean, I can charge you 130 if you like. He's like, well, it's just not fair. 90 is pretty good. I'm still losing money.
Yeah,
out of it.
you're not in a fucking.
So I was like, look, bro, and I was being completely honest. I was like, I'm a startup. I have my own business, and even selling at 90, I'm still losing money off of this, which is fine, cool. I'll take losses. I'm not about making profit every single sell. That's not the case. But I'm trying to minimize also my hits because I have to import these things. I was like, and I told him, I was like, okay, I'll get you at 70, sure, 100%, but I'm going to charge you my importing fees. He's like, why would you do that? I was like, what the fuck? Like, what do you want from me? He was like, okay, so will you sell it to me at 70? I was like, you know what? For you, bro, I'm done. I'm selling it to you personally at $100. And he got mad. I was like, what the hell? Like, if you were to say 85, I'd probably been, oh, okay, sure, fuck it, whatever. Or work with me or ask, talk to me as a
freaking
human,
lowballed.
dude. I was like, yeah. And I told him, I was like, it's a free market. Feel free to buy it at 77. I'm not telling you to stop you at eBay. Please feel free.
There's plenty of other people.
And then on top of that, this fucking dude, they're probably either selling for that much or he probably seen one sold for that much. When if you actually go, whenever you said, when
Joe
you said,
actually did his research.
Whenever he said he was going to do between 85 to 90, 95, whatever, I was like, all right, cool, let me go look at them. And when you said that, I'm like, okay, they're ranging between 95, 110, 120. I saw some go up. And I looked at what was sold, not what was listed.
Right.
And you were right. That's what they're going for.
Yeah, that's what I
And
was
when
like,
you said 95 or 90 or whatever you had said, and I was like, okay.
I said 85 at first. I was like, I'm going to be at 85 plus. That's what I had specifically said. But I was like, I'm not quite sure where I'm at. And again, you're like, oh, where you're going to be? I was like, well, these things you can find them at 75 or at 130. It's a big ass fucking area.
It's wide. Yeah.
So it's not like I had much because again I don't want to screw myself over, but I don't want to screw over my customer either.
And you know what's another thing that I've been realizing because I look at prices a lot on different cards, English and Japanese. Is it because of the tariffs or something? But Japanese is going up, and there's cards that where at first the English version was more expensive. Now the Japanese is more expensive.
Well, okay, so as I have a supplier, for those that are questioning why I get to adjust my prices, what's going on in the Asian market, meaning Chinese, Vietnamese, the Taiwan, and like Japan, is that the way they're combating theirs is they're taking off the fucking plastic. So to find a case that's not been touched is so fucking hard, so they price gouge it. So to get that even shipped over, it's even more expensive. So now Japanese prices are even combating English prices.
Yeah, because I've seen a few cards in some Japanese where it, like I said, it was the English versions are more expensive.
It's always been that way, but now it's. I've never seen it this close.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's that. Well, I mean, I haven't been in it that long, but I've noticed already.
So, and just to just to make sure, I had two people that reached out to me. One was super aggressive. One, what started off aggressive, he kind of had the same. And it's like eBay is a little cheaper than. Do you have wiggle room? I was like, no, bro. And I explained to myself, I was like, I'm a startup. You know, he's like, you know what? I understand. I appreciate. Once I get a little bit more funds, I'll buy directly to support. I was like, dude, cool. Thank you. Yeah. I appreciate you. You know, even if he doesn't come through, I appreciate the understanding, because I've always stated this, and I'll always be true to this. Even if I go to my local game store and I know the price is $30, but they're charging $40, I'm cool, because I know they got to meet their shit too. I totally understand it. But when you're talking about like 33 times, 4 times the price, you can fucking cocksuck. Because I know you guys are camping out at these stores too.
Bro, before I got the poster collections and I was looking at them, I'm like, okay, people have them sitting, the 151, I was like, people have them sitting around 30 to 35. I called Game Guys to see what theirs was at.
Oh, no, dude. I love the workers there because some of them are my friends. Bro.
I called Game Guys, and I called Pop Shelf, and I forgot what other place. Like, hey, where do I got the 151 poster collections at? He goes, let me see what we got. And he's like, oh, yeah, we got plenty. I was like, oh, cool, what you got them at? $80.
Correct me if I'm wrong. In the poster collection, what, there's 3 packs?
3 packs.
That's insane. That's $25, $26 a pack.
I was like, whoa.
No wonder you have a lot of them.
Yeah, I was like, no wonder you have that many.
Robbery.
Yeah, Pop Shelf, I think, was doing like 50.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was like, okay, fuck. Damn.
I'm disgusted.
We went to Pop Shelf and we were looking to their bulk and stuff like that, and we found some vintage cards. We got like 20 cards in total, and then it was like 6 vintage cards that were mixed in, and the lady was looking through all the vintage cards. Oh, you found some vintage in there, and she was going and everything, and then she goes, $7 for all of them. I was like, all right, cool. And then I didn't think about it, and then we get to the car, and then I was like, wait, how many vintage cards are in there? 7 vintage cards.
So $1.
Yeah. And then we look them up. They were like 20-cent cards.
Yeah, of course.
30-cent cards.
Lost. Big time.
Bro, they had cards sitting in the shelves that I know that they had priced a long time ago, and they just left sitting like that. They had the for alligator illustration. Yeah.
They think they can sell it now. I was like, no, you need to hold on to that for a while.
That one was right now that one's sitting at like $3 or $4
yeah.
maybe. They had it in there for like 50. I was like, what?
No. This is when you know people are in it just for the money, because it's fucking crazy. I don't know if you saw this video circulating the forums, but like, and I'm sorry, we're gonna stop talking about Pokemon here in a second. But this last thing where this Whatnot streamer was selling prismatic packs, and when he ripped in the pack, they had yellow borders.
Oh my gosh, I seen that video. That bitch had a whole bunch of different cards from different
I was like,
sets.
I know those sets, and those aren't prismatic.
Like,
and he motherfucker pulled out a Togepi. Okay, and the chat's like, dude, you're getting scammed. Ask for a refund. So the guy was like, do you want the hits? And he's like, I want a refund.
Yeah,
dude, if you're gonna be a scammer, know your shit, dude.
Fucking put the right set with the right.
Or like that fucking guy who was fucking. He got caught because that card that had his fucking handwriting was in it.
Yeah.
How'd that get
his
in there?
hand? What?
Yeah, he had a written card in the pack.
It was a resealed pack, and on the very end,
you know
where
how
the energy
some people
was,
like to
it had some handwriting on the
like,
energy.
oh, verify I'm the person. Let me write my name and time. It had that in the pack.
What a fucking.
And he opened up the pack for the person that bought it. He's like, what? How'd that get in there? Fucking.
How would Pokemon put that in there? God, dude. That's why I'm very wary about buying from fucking Whatnot. But anyways, so
I don't do those.
Yeah, who knows? But anyways, let's go ahead and go into your
a little
change.
A little change.
But anyways,
something.
if you have more Pokemon news, anything like that, please drop it down below. Your beliefs, your ideas. Do you believe if the negative things aren't true or not as heavily believed? I want to believe that because Pokemon is now in a position to know, oh shit, we need to print, and I know they are because they're constantly dropping shit now.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. First of all, y'all heard about Black and White, right? About their allocations?
No.
It's worse than Prismatic. The reason why is because they even came out and openly stated this. Major big box aren't even getting anything. Walmart, Target, Best Buy aren't getting a lick. That's how underprinted it is. So good fucking luck. I'm glad I got my 2 from Pokemon Center, and that's it. I don't think I'm ever going to see anything again because it's just not printed as of right now. We still got time for them to catch up. So I'm going on a limb here.
That sucks.
Yeah, I'm going on a limb here, and quote me to in the future, from a year from now or at the end of this year, that Black and White is dropping in the summer, if I'm correct, or like early fall.
In the summer.
Yeah. I believe the set afterwards, because this is the first time Pokemon's ever done this. They cut Scarlet and Violet early, their lifetime. So it's over. Scarlet and Violet is done officially. There is no more packs for Scarlet and Violet. Meaning they'll still reprint, but no more new sets for Scarlet and Violet. They're transitioning to the Megas. And the reason why they're doing that is to align with the games now. So I believe the set after Black and White is going to be printed to hell. If not that one, it's going to be the following set. But I believe we're going to get back to normality. If the dark side is not true, I think we're going to be back to reality by the end of this year. Because by track record, I looked at all the statistics, and even the OG YouTubers, PokeTubers, are stating it's always in a 7-month cycle. And Surging Sparks came out in November. We're hitting 7 months. So hopefully, after Black and White, we'll start seeing more product in stores.
Man, fuck Mega Evolutions, dude.
I love them. They're cool.
Nice.
As you can tell, I was disappointed.
Yes, I'm sorry. But I think you're going to like the Mega sets. I really, truly
Regardless,
believe.
I'm excited for whatever because I love
Pokemon.
I love Pokemon and I love the art.
Yeah.
Well, they're bringing back the Mega, I guess reintroducing Mega into the
games?
Yeah.
I believe so, because the
They
new
have-
game,
the TCG as well, right?
That's what I'm saying. It's going back and it's following the game. So the new game is Legend Arceus, fucking
Legends ZA.
yeah, ZA, and it's obviously Gen 6.
Yeah.
I think so. That's fucking X and
So
Y.
what was the reason they put Tepig and not fucking Cyndaquil?
Cyndaquil already got a resurgence, and it was Legends Arceus.
Oh, okay. Okay, on to the story. What was it again? Okay, now I remember. Sorry.
You're gonna get another loading fucking thing on
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
You gotta be careful, because
No,
now
I
Mrs.
prefer
Brewer's
the,
becoming way more creative.
brain dead zombie.
No, so this one was pretty fucked up. It's something that I was scrolling on Reddit,
Yeah, it's already.
and
fucked
it
up.
was
It's from Reddit.
yeah, obviously it did fuck, bro. So it talked about it. The topic was what is some of the dirtiest shit you did, or some of the horniest things you did that you turned out or that it ended up fucking you up later on.
Like traumatizing you.
Yeah. Okay. So it started off saying that this person, it didn't specify boy or girl. So I don't know. It didn't specify boy or girl. They were of like 14 or 15 years old, I think they said in the fucking thing. They were digging and snooping around in their mom's room because their
Oh
parents.
my god, no! I already know.
Their parents. It said that their parents stayed in separate bedrooms all of their life. So they were snooping around in their mom's room, and they happened to find a lime green or a neon green dildo. And they
I
said,
think I read this one. Yeah.
they said that they were they decided to end up using it on themselves.
Oh,
And-
never mind. This is completely different.
They said they saw it there, and they ended up deciding to use it on themselves. And they decided that this was going to be their go-to toy, even though they knew it was their mom's, for butt stuff on themselves. Fast forward a few years.
As you could tell, I already listened to this.
Fast forward a few years after using this thing for quite some time. I think they're doing some moving. And they're doing moving, and they go into their father's room, and
I knew it.
they
You didn't tell
see
them how long they used it for.
years. I said years.
You did?
Yeah, I said years. I didn't say how many, but it was years. They found a clone your wiener kit with the material being neon green.
No, that was completely.
So for
incorrect.
years they were fucking themselves with a clone of their dad's dick.
Babe, before this video starts, or this story, viewer discretion advice, please. Just because it's a little graphic. Holy.
You see, I had to take off my glasses for that shit.
Oh my
Because I already knew where this was going.
I thought it was going to be his dad's or something. Like, he was using it instead of his mom. That's where my brain went.
I thought it would be for a little bit. No, bitch, that shit lasted for a long time.
Yeah, they said they lasted for years.
Oh. The question here now is...
But why would you use your mama's stuff?
That got me really bad.
Has there been a guy that satisfied you more? Anyways, no,
That's fucked up because they could really be like, oh man, it feels like my dad's. Oh my
It's not
god.
recording. It's not recording.
It is.
You sure? It's not a button back. It's not.
No, it's fine. It's recording.
You sure?
Yeah. It was
Flip it
doing the
around.
same thing last time.
Oh, okay.
yeah, okay. Sorry, still new camera. Still thinking. You know what?
They're still trying to process the shit.
I'm gonna leave that one there. I'm not even gonna touch it.
No, it was just something. If I had to read it, I had to share it with
Yeah,
you.
that's pretty
That's-
insane. That's insane.
Bro,
Yeah,
I think I wouldn't even want to do anything after that. I think I'll just.
I have another fucked up one.
Become celibate.
Yeah, I'll just be dry down there. Fucking ugh.
Okay.
Hurry, I want to forget.
All right. So I got my 2 stories. Okay, we'll leave your other
Yay.
fucked up for another day because I think that's enough fucked up for a
Thank
day.
you. Thank
All right.
you.
So this is coming from Am I the Asshole?
Yes.
I love these.
I'm just kidding.
Yes.
Okay, so this one has to do with the alcohol. Okay, the one I hinted at before. So please let me know how you feel about this.
I thought that was coffee.
It is coffee. It's tea.
Oh,
It's A for Alex.
that's what it is.
So am I the asshole for expecting tequila in margaritas?
Isn't that what you're supposed to put in margaritas?
Go on.
Not if they're virgins.
Go on.
Anyways. So my 35 male... my 35, he's a male, wife, 33 female. His wife is 33.
okay.
That's why it was kind of weird. Got invited to a party at her coworker's house. I reluctantly went because the only person I would know was my wife. First of all, I don't care. I would go support my wife. I don't know anybody. Cool. Let me help you make friends. Let me help you network. You know, I don't want to go, but I'll help. I'll go. Absolutely.
I'll support you.
Yeah, 100%. So that's the first thing that I was like, so dude, you're not supposed to know anybody. You don't work there. It's like, what the fuck? Anyways, so I reluctantly went because it's the only person I would know was my wife. This is a relatively new job for her and wanted to be able to meet and mingle with her coworkers outside of work, which is fair because you should network so you can, progress your career and stuff like that, right? Her understanding of it was we didn't need to bring anything but ourselves. We showed up and seems like a lively party. Pool with the bar area, music and playing. They had a margarita machine and a ton of food. My wife got to talking, so I excused myself to grab a drink. The margarita machine was calling my name, so I filled up my cup and grabbed my wife a margarita. I went back to my wife. I started drinking and realized that there wasn't any tequila in it. That's when I noticed no alcohol was being around. The host was tending to the machine, and I asked if there was any tequila. She looks at me confused and then says, "There is no tequila." I said, "Oh, I thought this was a party." And she takes offense at that and says it's just a dry one. I awkwardly left it at that. I poured out my drink and grabbed some water. Host asked if there was something wrong with it. I said I wasn't interested in drinking straight sugar. I walked back to my wife, kept to myself, and ate some food for a few hours. We were there. It made it back to my wife that I was the asshole to the host because of a minor argument between us. Was I the asshole?
No.
No. You didn't want to drink a sugary ass virgin drink.
And that's what they are too. Like it's just
They're fucking dry.
syrup. Like
Just
I mean,
because
I
you
get
add
it.
tequila
I mean-
doesn't take out the sugar.
no. But
So
I
the
mean,
argument's invalid.
What if he was diabetic?
No.
Then you shouldn't be drinking
Yeah,
regardless.
exactly. Maybe he threw it out for a reason.
Well,
No,
even if
no.
it had alcohol.
Yeah, no.
I still can't have a margarita.
Yeah.
He wanted alcohol in that.
Right,
bitch.
but so that's what I'm saying. The argument still stands. His argument is invalid that he says I don't want to just drink sugar, regardless if it had alcohol.
Sugar without alcohol.
Yeah, that would have been the different statement.
Yeah.
The fact that his argument was says I don't want to drink sugar is stupid because he was gonna do that regardless.
Regardless.
So I can't have a margarita even if it's virgin or not. It still has a shit ton of sugar. So you see, the argument doesn't make
okay.
sense.
Yeah.
Okay,
I understand what you're saying. It's fucking pointless to not drink a margarita without alcohol. I completely agree. But the argument he made is stupid.
He shouldn't have been. Okay, he's an asshole to a certain extent.
Okay.
He shouldn't have poured out the drink. He could have just told the bartender, "Hey, I thought, this would be containing alcohol. I'll prefer water, soda, whatever you have."
That I wouldn't. Yeah, kind of an asshole for pointing it out in front of the host. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'd be
would
like,
have just been like,
yeah.
all right, I'll take it with me. I just left it.
He shouldn't have said, I thought this was a party.
Yeah, see, the approach was there. That's the problem.
Because not everybody assumes a party has alcohol or drugs or whatever. Some people think a party is just, for entertainment.
Gathering. Yep.
Yeah, or that.
Yeah.
So, I could see the hostess will, be somewhat offended. I could see on both perspectives of even him, like, what the fuck did I do?
Right.
But
What do you think, Joe?
Typical dude.
When she said, I see the guy. Yeah, it's fucked up the way he did it, but I see why he felt the way he felt. I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't have done it the way he did it.
Right.
But
okay, so
I wouldn't.
But with that statement, because why wouldn't you do it the way he did it?
Well, yeah, okay, yeah. You're like I said, I wouldn't have poured it out in front of the person. That's being a dick. Yeah, you're being a fucking dick when you do some shit like that.
Right.
That's an asshole.
Okay, so
yeah,
and
I agree with that.
I'm with y'all saying that. Okay, maybe it doesn't need to. If I'm gonna be drinking a margarita, it needs to have alcohol. It's a margarita.
Yeah.
That's what they are. I think his approach to it was incorrect.
Yeah.
Oh, this is not a party, and like dumping the drink and.
Like a frat
Yeah.
guy.
I mean, I probably would have been like, oh, I thought this was a party, and then just walked away with a margarita, but dumping it out in front of him and like, it's not a party?
So-
See,
like, yeah, that's pretty
somebody who has
fucked.
common, courtesy or something like
So
that
there was
wouldn't do that.
Right. And so there was an angle I didn't think about when I started reading the comments. I was like,
Ah.
oh, interesting. So first comment was, you're the asshole. Would you not have been drinking straight sugar, again, if there was tequila in it? You insulted the host twice in a very brief interaction because you couldn't drink alcohol. You just embarrassed the shit out of your wife. Because, again, this is a new job. She's trying to mingle and network, and now everyone thinks she's married to this fucking douchebag. That's an asshole move. I'm sorry. She
might get fired.
Right. So, he's like, and has this one pointed out something you were said. He couldn't even pretend to be tactful about it. It's just his poor wife. Because he could have been, okay, it doesn't have, I don't really want to drink it. Let me take it with me and dump it somewhere.
So I've been places where they're serving food, and I get a plate. I don't like the food.
Yeah, so.
I'll be like, all right, cool, yeah. I'll either hide or make sure no one's looking, and I'll fucking put it away or something like that. But I won't fucking.
Openly just, this is fucking gross. Yeah, no.
Somebody worked for that shit. Somebody did put
Look,
that.
since Joe said that a few days ago, I got food from my parents.
Shut up.
And they weren't happy with the food.
They're watching it.
They weren't happy with the food either, but they wanted to offer it to somebody else just in case they might have liked it.
Mm-hmm.
So Joe's like, okay, I'll try it. And he tried it, and it was, he ate some. And then he's like, oh. Sorry, I'm going to throw you under the bus under this part. Because this part pissed me off. Oh, baby, I'm full. I'm like,
Liar.
are you full or are you Dutch full? Which is, Dutch full is, I'm full and I don't like it.
Pouring all your medication down the sink.
And I
I like how you looked at it because there was left in
well, because I do my medicine right here.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Anyways, but yeah, man, like I was like, if I'm okay with you saying that you don't like it.
Yeah.
I prefer you to say you don't
And that's
like
what
it.
But you know what? I don't know if it's like a mental thing. If it's something that I don't like, but if it's something I don't really like, but I'm still eating it, I'll get full quicker. Like I I don't know if it,
It's
like
a
I
mental
felt
thing.
full. I felt full. Like when I really, because I ate quite a bit of it.
Because this is
I
me.
ate a piece of chicken. I ate some rice. I ate some of the fucking other shit that
Bro.
was in there.
I know because I cook almost 5 to 6 days off the week. This much, not really financial issues. Anyways, not anymore. Anyways, I could tell when he really likes stuff.
Yeah.
And he like Goku that shit. That
I used to cook for people, and I would tell them, if you don't like it, it's cool.
yeah.
It might be a dish I'm not good at. So I'm trying something new. Like when I first learned how to make ramen, I told Ivani, I was like, my first time making it, it might taste like shit. I have no idea what I'm doing.
What kind of ramen? Just like regular ramen?
Yeah, beef ramen, but I'm making it with all natural ingredients. Like I literally go to an Asian market, buy all of it.
Oh wow.
You know,
Nice.
bok choy, all that kind of shit. Like I put it all in there, and make it. It's a really quick meal. It takes me at most 10 minutes.
I gotta
5 minutes.
make those buffalo chicken quesadillas for y'all.
You do, guys. I want to try that. And a coworker of mine just shared a way he makes fucking crab legs, and he's like, dude, it takes me like 7 minutes. It's super easy. So I was like, oh, dope. Let me sit. But I always preface. I was like, this is my first time making this. If it's shitty, let me know so how I can correct it, because I don't know. I don't know. I'm not the best cook in the world, but I definitely will try. So I totally understand. I'd be more blunt, but like, this sucks. I was like,
But it's
you
funny.
know when I know it's, okay, if you ever feed me food, and this is my way of telling you this kind of sucks. Do you have any sauces? I need sauce. Because I'm a big person.
I'm a sauce person regardless.
Well, yeah, and I understand that, and this might rub people the wrong way, what I'm about to say. If you cook a meat correctly, you don't need sauce.
Yep. We say that all the time. We go to
Yeah.
Roadhouse.
So if
Want some steak sauce?
if it's good, I don't need it.
No.
I don't need
Fuck
it.
away from here.
But if I ask for it, you fucked up. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. But just take that criticism, right? So,
But it's funny with the food that I gave Joe. Since I said my parents went to a all white party, and
It was a
Johnny
Diddy party.
it was Johnny's best friend, and Johnny was talking shit about the food. He's like, "Is this Kroger chicken?
I can hear
Is
God saying
this
it.
is this dirty rice from this?"
Oh my god!
Like, I'm just like, my mom's telling me this. I'm just like, bro, like, you have no filter.
Johnny really doesn't.
No.
I know, because
No.
he's a Leo. He don't give a fuck. And man, I was just like, the plate was full. So they're like, okay, offer it to Joe so I could save my time cooking. And boom. And then he didn't even care for it because he said it was bland. Johnny said it was bland. My mom said it was bland.
Yeah, it was bland. I mean,
I said it was bland.
I ate a good amount of it. I ate
He
a whole.
did.
Yeah.
He did.
But like I said,
it
I
was
didn't
just-
really fuck with it.
Yeah, it's
but
just-
I ate a good amount of it, so I felt full.
Right.
And that's why I told her that, and then she got all mad. She's like, "Dutch full or just?"
Annalisa ate it.
She barely
we're just,
liked it.
We're just airing out people's shit. But anyways,
no, it's okay.
So this is the angle that didn't occur to me until I read it. I was like, duh. From what he wrote, I don't get the feeling he cares much if he's the asshole. And someone commented on that. If it means he doesn't get invited to any more of his work social events, big win for him.
Oh, you're right.
Because how did he start the story? But I didn't want to fucking go, but I went because my wife. How not to get invited again? Be the fucking dick.
Yeah.
Sharon, don't bring him again.
Yeah, I fuck with that.
So I was just like, you know what?
If
I
you want
hated
that
the
promotion,
approach.
don't bring him again.
Yeah, like I hated the approach. After reading that, I was like, he was the asshole. I'm sorry, he is.
Yeah,
the
he
asshole.
was. He was. He definitely was an asshole.
Yeah,
on
it's
that
just
one.
like I can understand
You
not liking
could've
shit
done
or
changed
shit
our mind.
differently.
not liking virgin drinks.
Yeah.
Cool, but you didn't have to approach it the way he did.
Yeah.
And talk shit to the host directly.
Eh.
Be like everybody else and talk shit behind their back. I'm kidding, but I thought that was
Or
interesting.
at least to your significant other.
right. Because,
Yeah, like every other fucking person. Like, we're sitting
yeah,
here
me
like,
and
babe,
Bonnie were like, this fucking
look
sucks.
at this bitch. Look at this bitch. She's definitely got a fake ass.
She only
Ugh.
gave me some
It was funny. We did
sugar-free
that at a
fucking
wedding. It was
margarita.
nuts. It's fucking crazy. Okay, so second story.
It's dying.
It did.
Turn it off.
So this one's kind of interesting. I wanted to see your approach and y'all's thought process because every relationship is different, and I don't necessarily believe one way or the other, but I think it's a healthy thought. Okay, so am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend I don't want to split bills 50-50 anymore? Ooh, yeah. When I read that title, I was like, oh shit.
Anymore.
Does he want to pay them all?
We'll see.
Well, yeah, finish the
Okay,
rest.
yeah, continue.
Because
you sound like a
inherently
broke-
that sounds very bad.
Yeah.
It's like I don't want to pay for your shit
I
anymore,
almost
bitch.
said a bad word right now.
Yeah.
You sound like a broke
Yeah,
Hawaiian.
Hawaiian. Wow.
Yeah, broke Hawaiian.
All right. So, am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend I don't want to split bills 50-50 anymore? I, 28 male, have been dating my girlfriend, 27 female, for almost 2 years. From the beginning, we agreed to split everything 50-50. Rent, groceries, dates, etc. I thought that was fair, even though I make significantly more than she does. I'm a tech and she's a teacher. Tech. Lately, I've started to feel really weird about it. I cover some extras here and there, like vacations or bigger gifts, but the basic stuff is always split down the middle. The thing is, she's clearly struggling financially, and I know she's been dipping into her savings just to keep up. I brought it up and said, I don't think we should do this strict 50-50 anymore. Maybe something more proportional to income. Her reaction was not great. She said she doesn't want to feel kept or less independent and that she wants to be treated as an equal. And I get that, but isn't real equality being realistic with our situations? I don't think I'm being manipulative or trying to control her. I just don't think someone should go broke to maintain a split that only works on paper. Am I the asshole for wanting to change the dynamic even though she didn't ask me to?
No. From somebody who makes less, I make sure, bitch, I don't be digging into my shit. And I make sure I'm in that bracket of, because what I do every week I get paid, I put a good chunk into savings.
Yeah.
And I have for that week is something to play with.
Right.
And I'm not just thinking of myself. I'm thinking of my sperm pet and my significant other. Mm-hmm. And as you could tell, I didn't even mention myself.
Yeah.
I didn't mention myself, dude.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't never think of myself when it comes to what I leave over. So for that girl to be in that situation, she needs to get her shit in priority of whatever the hell she's making and start making some financial decisions if she keeps digging into her shit.
That reminds me of the situation with fucking, what's her name? That WNBA player, Angel Reese.
Oh my god. Don't even get me started with her. But anyways, go ahead.
What is that?
Angel Reese is a
What
basketball
is
player.
that?
She's a
Who
fucking
is-
hater. That's what
who
she
is
is.
that?
Yeah, but we're
My
not getting
bad.
there.
Yeah.
We're not going there.
Okay.
But she is a basketball player for
Of course.
the
Not
Chicago
important
Sky.
enough to remember.
Chicago Sky. That's what it is.
Okay,
I've been
yeah,
reading
sorry.
a lot of them. I've been reading a lot about it. Anyways, if you
the
want
reason-
to...
Hold on. Just give it short.
she is a basketball player rookie that came into the league last year.
I think the year before.
Okay, 2 years now, right?
I think it's been 2 years.
So she came into the league. You know, she was good in high school or college, whatever the fuck it
college.
was. And she was good. She won the division and beat this chick that her opposing rival, which her name is Caitlin Clark.
Woo!
Well, she beat Caitlin Clark. She thought she was the shit. Well, when Caitlin Clark got signed, only reason why people are watching the WNBA, and I'm not trying to be sexist, I really am not, because if you look at it financially, the NBA players are literally paying them.
Oh.
They cost the WNBA. Hate me if you want, but look into it. The WNBA cost the NBA millions of dollars, but they continue to lose money for them to keep them a place, and I'm totally cool with that, you know. But Angel Reese has been coming out more and more about some strong statements.
She said the WNBA needs to pay her more because what they pay her doesn't keep up with her lifestyle.
Yeah,
Bitch, then put that shit down.
like look.
That's exactly what I said. I'm like, I'm so sorry, but when I saw that, I was like, then that means you're overdoing your
Hold on,
lifestyle.
hold on,
You're trying to
somebody-
fucking live more than what you have.
Correct. But from somebody, watch out. From what
Sorry, babe.
somebody would tell me,
You're blowing out her ears.
Sorry.
She only has one workout.
They're trying to keep up with the Joneses.
Yeah.
Which is you're trying to keep up with people that are
it's
up
a
here.
little bit more complex than that because
of course.
The reason why Caitlin Clark is named in this is because one of her most famous interviews that I don't know if you saw her recent one that she like dismissed the question. So last year she stated there are more reasons to watch the WNBA than other people than just one person. There's the reason I watch it is me too. Okay, so when we look at it statistically, like by facts, not by opinions, when Angel Reese, because they had the battle of rookies, yes? And I'm only going to deep dive real quick. It was between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. And it was more media-driven than anybody else because, again, no one's watching the WNBA at this point. Well, Caitlin Clark won it because she's a driving force for the WNBA. So let's put it this way, right? When other WNBA teams play, just to keep it more realistically into our perspectives, when the WNBA play, it's like playing at a junior high. But when they know that they're about to play Caitlin Clark, they send them to the NRG Stadium because they know they'll sell out every seat. Caitlin Clark is... Damn,
that analogy was so fucked up.
No, it's true.
Because they can't sell the seats.
Right.
They can't sell
It's
seats.
extremely true. Why do you... I know y'all don't know, but the face of the WNBA top's fucking trading cards was Caitlin Clark is on there.
Yeah, so Caitlin Clark has been a phenom. Again, hater, lover, whatever you want to talk.
I can't say anything
right,
because I don't know.
But if you do your own research, you'll see how lopsided this is.
And it's funny
What's
because
her name again? What's her name?
Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese?
Yeah, it's funny because
C or K?
Everyone's like
C.
How Angel Reese is just like she lets her emotions
really drive it,
really like over, and just you can tell she just hates Caitlin, and Caitlin's just like.
Yeah, she doesn't even care.
Oh, you hate me?
Yeah,
didn't know. Let me play.
They even asked her in an interview. They're like, "Do you believe the Beatles?" She's like, "I didn't even know there was."
Yeah, that's fuck.
I was like, "Bro, way to be a thug."
Oh fuck! Wait, she's beefing with me?
Yeah, it's like, I don't even know.
She's a basketball player for the Indiana Fever.
Yes, that is Caitlin Clark, and she has been the reason why there's been so much money in the WNBA.
That's why more people
start.
have been flocking to the WNBA.
Why I know about them. To be honest,
how do I know about this shit? I don't watch sports.
I do, and I never heard of these.
I don't.
So, do your research. Even watch some YouTube clips. You'll see what's going on.
She's bad.
Man,
she's bad.
But anyways,
I don't care.
Besides the point. So you were saying about Angel Reese.
Oh yeah, so that's what that about her talking or when him it sounds like she's trying to live more than what she
can.
Yeah,
I mean, like even
that's why I brought up the Angel Reese thing
right.
because what she said in that interview.
Like as myself, I can't live more than what my income allows me, and I make a okay amount of money, but it doesn't mean I deserve the world. No, I got to live in my means. So, someone the first comment says. Not an asshole. I'd say you're approaching this in a form position of kindness and fairness while she's looking at a form of mindset of independence. Yeah. This is something you can only resolve through open communication. Try to explain to her that there's nothing shameful about contributing proportionally to income, that it doesn't make her kept or anything like that. Whoever is stronger should do more of the heavy lifting. That's reasonable, isn't it? Yeah. So the reason why I brought this one up because I think me and Mrs. Guru have a very healthy relationship, most healthy relationship I've ever had in my life. I thought that was fake. When we first started dating, she made significantly way more than I did. I was just a contractor, whatever. I paid my dues, paid my time, and when I got my offer letter for my new company, I was so excited about telling Mrs. Guru. I was like, because I was so nervous because I was like, man, my company's about to get cut. I'm about to get cut. The contract's gone. I'm not going to have a job. It was significantly more than her. And I remember thinking to myself, I was scared to approach it this way because because I've had it in my past where, I'm still more important than you because I'm a woman.
You're not.
Or you're not more important than me because you make more money. But she was congratulatory. She was like, hell yeah, you deserve it, babe. Amazing. This and I was like, I can finally celebrate, a success. I was like, oh, this is so sick. And even now that we live together, and she's gotten multiple raises, she's getting closer to where I'm at now, and we never look at who's making more. We're just like, okay, you know what? To this point, we still pay the bills. And I have to manage my own home as well. That I'm potentially renting out, stuff like that. So I have to do all these expenses. So she understands the game. Okay, you know what? This week I know you're gonna be shorter because you have these X, Y, and Z bills. I'm a little bit more free. I got this week. All right, next check. I'm a little heavier or she's a little heavier because she has X and Y. I throw my money in there, and then she's like, you know what? I'm a little bit more broke. I'm like, cool. Everything's on me this week. That's a true partnership. When I could say, you know what? You're falling. Let me lift you up, and when I'm falling, I can count on you. You know what I'm saying? So when I first read this title, I was like, oh, this guy's gonna be a fucking misogynistic, and it's fucked up because it really wasn't. But my brain shouldn't default to that. But I was just like, man, this guy's just trying to get out of pain.
My brain automatically defaulted to
Yeah,
that.
so it just sucks because that's how media makes us think now.
No. What my brain defaulted to whenever you said that he was tired of paying the 50-50 shit, I was like, broke ass motherfucker.
Yeah,
what,
like,
you
what
want
the
her
fuck?
to pay more?
That's what I was
You want to
thinking. I
pay
was like,
less? Like, what the fuck?
What the fuck is wrong with you, bro?
Yeah, like, because as a man, like, you don't want to start paying less than, like, it's just the way I feel. Like, I pay a lot of stuff here, and I don't, if she can contribute, okay, but I would much rather her save her money.
Right.
I tell her
That's
that all
the
the
same
time.
way as me. It takes me a little bit, not because I'm a misogynist, it's just the way I was raised.
Yeah, so exactly.
But
the same.
it's one of those things where it's a healthy transition that Giovanni's helping me with, and she's like, relax, I got it. When I needed my new shelving for my shipping system for my business or our business, sorry, I was like, I'll buy it next. She's like, oh, I have extra money. Here you go, done. I'm like, whoa, hold on. Do you want me to pay you back? She's like, no. What the fuck? Why pay me back? No, I got you. Yeah. You always treat me. Let me treat you. Okay, so
I can never do that. He always wants to pay me back.
Same. So,
I'm like, how much money did you spend on the cards
Like
yesterday? She's like, but the cards are for us.
Like recently on Whatnot, I bought what was that thing from Rick and Morty or something like that? We got
Is it here?
I actually don't know. I don't think so. I haven't even checked.
I forgot.
See, look how excited he got. I bought a toy from a random thing that on Whatnot that
She bought a portal gun for me.
Yo, that's kind of sick.
For like $5.
That's
and I think I paid like $11 in total for like shipping
and stuff. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm
for
like,
sure.
oh, okay, cool. That sounds reasonable. That's not
Yeah. Horrific number. Yeah.
$11.
But see, that's healthy. You like to spoil him, and I know he likes to spoil you. So I think that's great. And
she got a PlayStation before me. She got her championship belt before me. Of course, I'll fucking get her what.
Bought him one too after.
I mean, you're right.
Afterwards.
Right. But it still
but
happened.
at least you got one.
It still happened. So, I don't know. I think the unhealthy mindset here, or who the true asshole is the chick. I was like, dude,
yeah.
If
she's
it
not
shouldn't-
gonna
it
be-
And that sounded weird too, the way she wanted to,
right. I was like, no, I want to be independent. It's like that doesn't matter if they've been together for
why
2
are
years.
you wanting to be
like,
so independent, Miss Independent? Like,
yeah, are you trying to insinuate you still want an exit? Like,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. I mean, it's good to make
like,
sure.
why do you? Okay, if it's someone. Okay, for example, Alex. I plan on being with Alex for the rest of my life.
Mhm.
Do I have an exit plan in case this goes wrong? Nope.
Nope.
Because I plan on being with her for the rest of my
Agreed.
life. If you have an exit plan already set, it's probably not the person you want to be with the rest of your life.
Right.
And that's just pretty much that.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's just like the conversation we had this today. It's like you're speaking the negativity into the world. Oh, I have an exit plan. Well, why are you thinking that way? Let me. Unless the guy is giving you reasons to have it, sure. But if we're looking at the most just positive way and everything's healthy, why do you need the exit plan?
If that guy is thinking the way he's thinking, I don't even think she needs a reason to have an exit
Right.
plan.
Like, oh, you know what? I make more. Let me take more of the weight.
She's struggling and she's dipping into her savings.
It's like at that point, you're not independent.
Yeah, like you. Yeah.
Because even Ivani has said it herself. She was like, I've been a very independent person before you, and I've never thought I would change my way. But now with you, I'm just like, I become a child the second you step into this house. I'm like, fun. She's like, yeah, I know. You had to deal with it. So I'm like, oh, my God. She's like, but when you're gone, I have to do everything. I do everything. And I believe it, and she does it. But she's like, the second I'm like, no, I'm going to go to bed and read, and you had to deal with being an adult. And I'm like, fuck me.
I think that's kind of like me with her, though.
Well, one or the other, regardless. But that means, that's healthy. That's great. What happened?
Action pod battery, less than 10% in life.
Okay, yeah, because we're about to hit the
Hour
1 hour
20.
and 20. Yeah. So anyways, guys, tell me what you think. Let us know down below. What do you think? Was the chick an asshole? Was the guy an asshole? Was the husband a douche? What do you think? Make sure to go follow me on Instagram.
Who's better, Kaylin Clark or Angel Reese?
Dude, we already know. And make
That's
sure
no lie.
we're getting very, very close to the subscriber goal. So we're about to be at 100 subscribers. We're 4 away. So make sure to follow me on Gaming Guru Show to end up whatever we decide to give out.
Yeah,
it's going
I
to be
still haven't
Pokemon
figured it out.
packs,
Yes.
but I don't know what the hell it's going to be. So
Yeah, I still haven't figured it out. It's going to have to be something.
yeah, so make sure to go follow me on Gaming Guru Show on Instagram. But yeah, Joe, where can we find you if you actually fucking upload that video, motherfucker?
No.
Put it in my ear, please. Buddha Belly Gaming.
And then Alex, where can we find you?
Mrs. Krabs.
Yeah.
What is he at the
Love the
end
new
on
video.
the
Very
YouTube-
excited.
On the group.
And she's been streaming.
Yeah, I've been streaming Mrs. Krabs with a Z _.
Make sure to text it to Mrs. Guru so she can put the animation.
Definitely. No schedule yet. Just
But yeah, whenever you stream.
when the
So
vibe's
make sure to
there.
go follow, and then you get the notification when you hit that bell. So go join her, have a conversation with her. She's a lot of fun, I promise. But anyways, guys, thank you so much. Make sure to check out the rest of the channel, and I shall see you on the next one.
Love piece of chicken grease. My asshole's in pain.